Bedtime. Chat. How did ancient people spend a boring afternoon? The tyranny of the ringtone. Good evening and welcome. Find that perfect spot in your bed. The one where your pillow feels like a cool, welcoming cloud. Let your shoulders sink down, releasing the weight of the day. Feel the comforting pressure of the blanket resting over you. The day is over. All the to-do lists, all the noise. You can let it all go now. Just for tonight, let's just breathe together for a moment. A slow, easy breath in and a long, soft, complete breath out. Good. Before we travel anywhere, I want you to think about this afternoon, just for a second. Maybe it was a quiet afternoon, a boring one. What does a boring afternoon feel like for us now? You're sitting on the sofa, perhaps. The light outside has that hazy, lazy color it gets around 3 o'clock. There's a silence in your home, but it's not truly silent, is it? There's the low, almost invisible hum of the refrigerator. And then there's that other thing, that little rectangle of cool glass and smooth metal that's never too far away. Your phone. You pick it up, its familiar weight settling in your palm. You don't even remember deciding to. Your thumb just moves. The screen glows with that familiar, cool, bluish light, illuminating your face. Your thumb starts its daily, endless marathon. Up, up, up. You see a picture of a friend's perfect lunch. A headline about something serious and worrying happening 1,000 miles away. A 30-second video of a dog looking slightly guilty. A sponsored post for a pair of socks you looked at 3 weeks ago. You feel that tiny, fleeting spark. A micro hit of interest, and then it's gone. So you scroll again. This is our modern boredom. A boredom that's filled to the brim with stuff. An occupied emptiness. A frantic stillness. You put the phone down, placing it face down on the table. A small declaration of independence. The silence returns, but now your mind is buzzing. It's replaying that annoying song from that one video. It's wondering what that person in the comments really meant. You can almost feel a phantom vibration in your pocket. Did it buzz? Was that a notification? The urge to check is a physical thing, a little itch in your brain. You should probably check, just in case. This isn't relaxing. It's a strange kind of work. The work of staying connected. The work of being available. The work of never, ever being truly bored. And in our quest to banish boredom, we've forgotten what true, deep, quiet feels like. An afternoon where the only things to observe are the dust motes dancing in a sunbeam. The slow, creeping journey of a shadow across the floor. That kind of boredom isn't a void. It's an opening. A space where your own thoughts can finally stretch their legs. It's the kind of boredom our ancestors knew intimately. For them, an empty afternoon wasn't a problem to be solved with a device. It was just the afternoon. So, in your mind, I want you to see your phone. Imagine putting a soft velvet cloth over it, gently tucking it in for the night. Its job is done. The endless scroll is over. The tyranny of the ringtone has ended for today. Let it sleep, because we are going to leave it behind. We're going to trade that electric hum for the sound of a warm breeze rustling through olive leaves. We're going to swap that cool, blue light for the golden, hazy glow of an ancient sun. Let's go find out what a truly boring afternoon felt like. Take one more deep, slow breath. Let the modern world fade away completely. Are you ready? Good. Now, let's go. Stepping into the afternoon sun of Pompeii. And just like that, we've arrived. Don't open your eyes just yet. Just feel the shift in the world around you. The first thing you notice is the warmth, a deep, penetrating warmth that seems to soak right into your bones. It's the feeling of sun on stone, a heat that has been gathering patiently all day. Then the smell hits you. It's completely unfamiliar, yet somehow anciently familiar. It's not the sharp, metallic tang of car exhaust. It's the rich, wonderful, almost intoxicating scent of baking bread, with a faint hint of wood smoke from the baker's oven. And beneath that, another scent, a dry, green, slightly dusty smell of herbs growing in a sun-drenched garden. Rosemary, perhaps, and thyme. And under it all, the clean, earthy fragrance of olive trees, their silvery green leaves rustling in the soft breeze that's now caressing your cheek. Now, let's listen. The silence is the first thing you hear, a profound lack of mechanical noise. The soundscape is human, organic. You can hear the distant rhythmic clang of a hammer on metal, the shuffling, scraping sound of leather sandals on stone. And somewhere, a goat bleats, a sound as old as the hills. Okay, now you can let your eyes drift open. The light is not harsh. It is thick and golden, like honey being poured slowly over the world. You are standing on a road paved with huge, irregular gray stones, worn into a smooth channel in the middle from centuries of footsteps and wooden cartwheels. You look down at your own feet. You're wearing simple leather sandals. You can feel the rough, warm, slightly gritty texture of the stone right through their thin soles. You look up. You're on a street lined with buildings only 1 or 2 stories high, their plaster walls painted in warm, faded colors, deep terracotta red, sunny, earthy yellow. The paint is peeling in some places, revealing the rough stone beneath. Many of the storefronts are completely open to the street. Above you, the sky is a brilliant, cloudless, and impossibly deep blue. And in the distance, rising majestically at the end of the street, is a mountain. A great green mountain, its slopes covered in orderly rows of vineyards. It looks peaceful, protective. A gentle plume of white smoke drifts lazily from its peak, like a long, slow sigh from a sleeping giant. You take a deep breath. The air is warm and dry. You are here, in the afternoon sun of Pompeii, in the year 79 AD. You have no phone in your pocket, no meetings to get to. Your only task is to experience this moment. This is the beginning of our quiet, unhurried journey. The clicking sound in the atrium. Let's start walking. Slowly. Your sandals make a soft scraping sound on the massive paving stones. Each step is deliberate. As you walk, you hear it. A new sound cutting through the gentle hum of the afternoon. It's a sharp but pleasant sound. A click, then a pause, then another click, followed by a soft, rattling sound. Curiosity guides you toward a wide-open doorway. You peer into the cool darkness. The immediate relief from the sun is a wonderful sensation on your skin. You are looking into a large central room, an atrium. In the middle of the ceiling, a square opening, the compluvium, lets a perfect rectangle of blue sky shine down. Directly below it, a shallow pool of water. The impluvium is set into the floor, its surface as still as glass, capturing the sky. The floor around it is a beautiful mosaic of tiny colored tiles, depicting swirling dolphins and sea monsters. And that clicking sound. It's louder now, coming from the far side of the room. Two figures, an old man with silver hair and a younger man, are hunched over a low table. On the table is a worn wooden board, marked with 3 rows of lines and symbols, polished to a soft sheen by generations of play. The old man picks up a small, stitched leather cup. He shakes it. You hear the soft rattle of dice inside, a sound not of plastic, but of bone or wood. He tips the cup, and 3 small dice tumble out. He studies them, stroking his chin. Then he reaches out a weathered hand and picks up a small, smooth, circular piece, a deep, earthy red. And then, click. He places it down with a satisfying finality. The sound of stone on wood. Crisp, clear. Now it's the young man's turn. He sighs, a small puff of frustration. The old man is clearly winning. He throws the dice, studies the board, and moves a white glass piece. Click. He lands it in the same spot as one of the old man's red pieces. Clack. He captures it with a small, triumphant smile. There's no screen, no flashing lights, no triumphant sound effects. Just the simple, tactile reality of the game. The cool weight of the stone pieces, the worn texture of the board, the soft clatter of the dice. This is their boring afternoon. A quiet battle of wits. You decide to leave them to their game. You back away slowly out of the cool, quiet atrium and back towards the warmth of the street. But that sound stays with you. That simple, crisp, thoughtful, clicking sound. The public baths. more than just a shower. You continue your slow walk, and the street widens. You see a larger, more grand building. A low, echoing rumble of many voices spills out, mingling with the unmistakable sound of splashing water. A wave of warm, damp air, smelling of steam and wet stone and scented oils, reaches you. This is a public bathhouse. Let's go inside. The world changes instantly. The air is warmer and thick with humidity. You find yourself in a bustling changing room, the apoditarium. The high vaulted ceiling makes every sound echo. Stone benches line the walls, and above them, dozens of small, square niches are carved into the plaster. Lockers, but with no locks. A watchful attendant is the only security system. The air is filled with chatter and laughter. You pass a doorway leading to an open-air courtyard, the palestra. This is the gym. Young men, their bodies gleaming with oil, are wrestling in a sandy area. Others lift heavy stone balls, their muscles straining. You can hear the slap of a hard ball against their palms as they play a fast-paced game. You decide to skip the workout. You're here to relax. You walk through another doorway into the tepidarium, the warm room. The humidity clings to you like a soft, wet blanket. This room is the heart of the social club. Men are lounging on heated marble benches, their voices low and conversational. A man is telling an animated story to his laughing friends. Two older men are having a serious discussion in a corner, perhaps sealing a business deal over a shipment of wine. This is where the news is shared. The latest gossip, political rumors, all exchanged here in the warm, steamy air. Next, you enter the caldarium, the hot room. It's like walking into a cloud. The heat is intense, the air almost opaque with steam. You see a man being cleaned with olive oil and a curved metal scraper called a strigil. Each pass removing a grayish mixture of oil, dirt, and sweat. It's their version of a deep cleansing exfoliation. Finally, you head to the frigidarium, the cold room. A man takes a deep breath and lowers himself into a small, deep pool of shockingly cold water. A gasp he can't hold back. It's the final exhilarating step to close the pores and awaken the senses. This entire ritual, the exercise, the warm chat, the hot steam, the cold plunge, could take hours. This wasn't a quick shower. This was the afternoon, a ritual that cared for the body, the mind, and the social life, all at once. And now, feeling cleaner and more relaxed than you have in a long time, you are ready for the next part of this quiet afternoon. Window shopping and wall doodling in the forum. Feeling clean, warm, and deeply relaxed, you step back out into the golden afternoon. The world seems brighter. You stroll onward, and the city's energy grows louder, drawing you forward until you turn a corner, and the street opens up into a vast, sun-drenched plaza. The Forum, the heart of the city. a huge, rectangular space paved with wide, flat stones. All around its edges stand magnificent buildings with tall, imposing marble columns and statues of serious-looking men in togas. We're not here for the important political speeches. We're here for the business of the afternoon, the business of nothing in particular. You drift through the crowd, an anonymous observer. The air hums with 1,000 conversations and the shuffle of sandals. You decide to do a little window shopping. The edges of the forum are lined with small, open-fronted shops. You wander over to one smelling of exotic spices and scented oils. You see delicate glass bottles from Egypt, shimmering with color. At the next shop, a bookstore, you see dozens of handwritten scrolls stacked in cubby holes. The air smelling of dry, sweet papyrus. You pass shops selling fine red figure pottery and another selling leather goods. The rich, earthy smell of tanned hides filling the air as you admire the rows upon rows of sandals. As you wander, you're also people watching. Soldiers laugh loudly. Children chase pigeons. A man in a brilliantly white toga tries to look important. Nobody is staring at a screen. They are looking at each other. They are present. You find yourself drawn down a quieter side street. And here, on the side of a bakery wall, you see it, doodling, scratched into the surface of the plaster with something sharp, the ancient graffiti. You lean in closer. There's a comical drawing of a gladiator with an enormous nose. A little further down, someone has scratched, "Gaius was here," the simple, timeless human need to leave a mark. And then you see a heart, roughly scratched, with 2 names inside. Secundus loves Cornelia. This is the real news of the city. Not the grand speeches, but the private jokes, the declarations of love, all scribbled on a wall for the world to see. Grabbing a snack from a thermopolium. Leaving the grand square behind, you find yourself back in the more intimate world of the city's smaller streets. The sun is noticeably lower now, casting long, dramatic shadows. And with that change in the light, you notice a change in yourself, a gentle rumble in your stomach. As if the city heard your thoughts, a new scent finds you. It drifts out from a small storefront just ahead, a delicious, savory cloud of steam. It smells of simmering beans, of herbs, of warm bread, and something else. Something salty and pungent, like the sea. You follow your nose to a thermopolium, a hot food counter. It's completely open to the street with a long, L-shaped stone counter decorated with faded paintings. Set directly into the top are several large, circular holes, holding huge earthenware pots kept warm from below. Behind the counter stands a stout man with a flour-dusted apron. You don't need a menu. You simply point to a pot of thick, comforting-looking chickpea soup. The man ladles the soup into a simple terracotta bowl. He tears off a generous hunk of rustic, crusty bread. Then he pauses, holding up a small clay jug. Garum, the famous Roman fish sauce. You give a curious nod. He drizzles just a few potent drops over your soup. You hand him a couple of small bronze coins. You find a spot on a low stone step nearby, balancing the warm bowl in your hands. The heat soaks through the terracotta, a pleasant warmth in your palms. The soup is wonderful, simple, earthy, and deeply satisfying. The garum adds a strange but wonderful jolt of saltiness and savory depth. You tear off a piece of the bread, dipping it into the warm, flavorful broth. You eat slowly, watching the life of the street go by. This simple meal, eaten on a stone step as the sun begins to set, feels more real and satisfying than many elaborate dinners you've had. The art of the afternoon nap. That warm soup and bread, it has done more than just silence your hunger. It has sent a signal to your body, a deep, gentle, ancient signal that it is time to rest. You feel a pleasant heaviness settling in your limbs. And as you listen, you begin to notice something remarkable. The city is falling asleep with you. The rhythmic, steady clang, clang, clang of the blacksmith's hammer has stopped. The silence it leaves behind is profound. All along the street, shopkeepers are bringing out heavy wooden shutters. One by one, the little caves of commerce are going dark. The streets are becoming empty. In our world, this would be strange. But here, they understand that the day has two halves, the morning for work and the evening for leisure. And between them, there must be a pause. The afternoon nap, the siesta, wasn't a guilty pleasure. It was a formal institution. You find yourself wandering into a small, quiet public garden. A simple stone bench sits in the deep shade of a large, gnarled olive tree. You sit down. The stone is cool against your legs. The air is still and fragrant, with the scent of jasmine and dry earth. The sounds of the city have almost completely disappeared. You can hear the low, contented buzz of a fat bumblebee, and from an open window somewhere high above, you think you can hear the faint, rhythmic sound of a gentle snore. You lean your head back against the warm plaster wall. You close your eyes. The world dissolves into warmth and gentle sound. There is nothing to do, nowhere to be. Your only task is to listen to your own body, and it is telling you to rest. Your breathing deepens. Your mind begins to quiet down. This is the art of the afternoon nap, the art of surrender. You are not asleep, not yet, but you are drifting, floating in that wonderful hazy space between wakefulness and dreams. A trip to ancient Egypt. A different kind of boredom. You are drifting, floating in that perfect, peaceful space on the edge of sleep. The scent of jasmine and dry earth fades away, replaced by something new. It's the smell of damp, rich soil, the smell of a great, slow-moving river. The warmth on your skin has changed. This is a different sun, brighter, more intense. a dry, white gold heat. Let the dream carry you. You open your eyes, but you are no longer in the Pompeii garden. You are sitting on a woven reed mat in the deep, cool shade of a simple mud brick wall. Before you, stretching out as far as you can see, is a vast, majestic river, the Nile. The pace of life here is even slower than in Rome. It's the quiet of eternity. And here, two people are spending their boring afternoon. A woman and a young boy sit opposite each other, their entire focus on a long rectangular game board between them. The board is beautiful, carved from dark wood, marked with 3 long rows of 10 squares, some with delicate hieroglyphs. Their game pieces are elegant shapes of brilliant blue-green ceramic. There are no dice. Instead, the woman gathers a set of 4 flat, 2-sided sticks. She holds them loosely, shakes them, and lets them fall gently onto the mat. Clack, clack, clatter. The sound is soft, wooden, organic. She studies how they have landed, then moves one of her pieces down the board. You realize you are watching something far more significant than a simple game. This board is a journey, a miniature reflection of the journey of the soul through the underworld. Each square is a stage of life. Landing on a water symbol is a hazard. Reaching the final square is to arrive at the house of happiness. This wasn't just a way to pass an afternoon. It was a way to practice for eternity. And yet, there is no anxiety in their faces. There is only a serene, calm focus. Their boredom is a different kind of boredom. It is not empty. It is spiritual. It is a quiet, meditative ritual. As you watch, a deep, profound peace settles over you. A peace that tells you it is okay to be still. It is okay to be quiet. It is okay to rest. The forgotten sounds of hobbies. The great silent river begins to fade. The dream of Egypt releases you gently. You are back on the cool stone bench in the small Pompeii garden. You have been asleep, a deep and true rest. You open your eyes. The world has changed. The sun is much lower now. The light has softened from gold to a deep, warm orange. The air has lost its midday heat. The city is waking up from its collective nap. You stand up and step back onto the quiet street. The silence of the nap is now being replaced by a new collection of sounds. The quiet, private sounds of hobbies. The sounds of creativity born from boredom. Listen. From an open window, you hear a faint, peculiar sound. A soft, continuous shh, scrape, shh, scrape. A young woman sits with a wax tablet in her lap, a thin bone stylus in her hand. She is carving her thoughts into the beeswax. The soft scrape, the only sound. When she makes a mistake, she turns the stylus and uses the flattened end to smear the wax smooth again. Her own personal delete key. You turn a corner and look into a private garden courtyard. A new sound reaches you. Snip, snip. The lady of the house is tending her herb garden with small bronze shears. She clips a sprig of rosemary, and a sharp, pine-like fragrance is released. She moves to the lavender. Snip, snip. A sweet, floral scent joins the air. This is not a chore. It is a meditation. In a dim room at the back of the house, you see a young servant girl and hear a third sound, a low, hypnotic hum, a soft, rhythmic whir, followed by a gentle thump-thump. The girl is spinning thread with a drop spindle. The whir is the sound of the spindle turning fluff into thread. The thump-thump is the sound of her beating the new thread into place on a small loom. It is one of the oldest sounds of civilization, the sound of turning chaos into order. These are the forgotten sounds of a boring afternoon. What did the kids do? You are standing in the quiet of this amber-lit street, and then you hear something else, a sudden burst of high-pitched laughter. It's the sound of children. You follow the sound down a small, dusty side alley. A small group of them are sitting in a circle on the ground, their tunics dusty, their knees smudged with dirt. They are completely engrossed in a game of knuckle bones, the small ankle bones of a sheep, polished smooth. A boy tosses one bone in the air, snatches another from the pile, and catches the falling one, all in a flash of movement. The only sounds are their soft breathing and the light, dry clack of bone on bone. A little girl sits apart, lost in her own world. She holds a small, lumpy doll made of sun-baked clay. Its features are crudely painted on. She is murmuring to it, telling it a story, creating a universe for this little lump of clay. It does not entertain her. She entertains it. Suddenly, a new sound enters the alley, a rumbling, rattling sound. Clatter rumble, clatter rumble. An older boy runs past, his eyes fixed on the large metal hoop rolling along the ground in front of him. He uses a metal stick to keep it upright and moving. A perfectly useless, perfectly wonderful skill. Their toys are made of bone and clay and metal. Their energy comes from the sun. And the software is the most powerful engine ever created. A child's imagination, set free in the quiet hours of a boring afternoon. The gossip network at the fountain. You leave the dusty alleyway behind. The sun has dipped even lower, the orange light tinged with purple. A new sense of purpose is settling over the city. It is time to prepare for the evening. As you wander, a new sound begins to grow. The sound of running water. It draws you to a small plaza where a public fountain stands. This is a neighborhood fountain, a working fountain, a large octagonal basin of heavy stone, its edges worn smooth and slick with moss. From a bronze lion's head spout, a steady, generous stream of clear, cold water pours. This is the ancient equivalent of the office water cooler, the original social media feed. A small group of women and servants are gathered, their heavy clay jugs resting on the edge of the basin. The air is alive with the murmur of voices, of gossip. Two women lean in close, exchanging a story. One's eyes go wide. A knowing look is exchanged. A shared secret hangs in the cool, damp air. This is how news travels. Not in headlines, but in whispers. The soundscape here is a beautiful symphony, the constant soprano of the falling water, the deep, resonant gloo, gloo, gloog of a jug being filled, and the soft, ever-present hum of quiet conversation. The air smells of clean water and damp stone. One by one, they fill their jugs and depart, their daily ritual complete. Soon, you are the only one left. The last of the sunlight is gone, leaving the plaza in a cool, purple twilight. As the sun begins to set, you remain by the fountain for a little while longer. The world is bathed in a deep, bruised purple light. The sun is gone. In its place, a brilliant single star has appeared. The great mountain, Vesuvius, is now a huge black silhouette against the fading indigo glow. A distinct coolness is rising from the ground. It's the kind of coolness that makes you want to be inside. And as if on cue, it begins. In a dark doorway down the street, a light appears. It's not the sharp, white glare of an electric bulb. It is a tiny, soft, living flame. An oil lamp has been lit. The light it casts is small and warm and gentle, the color of honey. It flickers softly, creating a precious island of light in an ocean of darkness, making the shadows around it seem deeper and softer. Then, another light appears in a window, and then another. One by one, like a slow constellation being born, the houses are coming alive with these tiny, warm sparks. Each one is a signal that the family is home. You start to walk again, a solitary ghost in a city of whispers and flickering lights. You pass an open doorway and see a small terracotta lamp, its single flame no bigger than your thumb. You can smell it too. A faint, slightly sooty, oily smell. The defining scent of the night. The small flame casts long, dancing shadows on the wall where a mother is working. The light catches the side of a child's face, turning his cheek to gold. The city's rhythm has slowed to its final, quietest pace. It has become the rhythm of the home. The simple flavors of the evening. You walk through the deep blue twilight. The air is cool and still, but a new layer weaves itself into the evening. A faint drift of wood smoke from a small charcoal brazier, and beneath it, something warm and savory. It's the smell of the evening meal. It's a complex chord of aromas. From one home, the sharp bite of a freshly cut onion. From another, the earthy perfume of garlic warming in olive oil. You are drawn towards one doorway where warm, honey-colored light spills onto the street. Inside, a family is gathering in the atrium. The pool of water in the center now reflects the single, flickering flame of a large oil lamp, turning its surface into liquid gold. A woman is at a small wooden table. You hear a steady, rhythmic sound. Chop, chop, chop. She is dicing a leek, its fresh scent released into the air. Next to her sits the rest of the meal, a round loaf of dark bread, a wedge of pale, crumbly sheep's cheese, a bowl of dark, glistening olives, and a plate of cool, sliced cucumbers. This is the food of an ordinary evening. She takes the chopped leeks to a small, glowing charcoal brazier. She adds oil to a clay pan, then the leeks. The sound is a gentle, satisfying sizzle, a soft, whispering hiss that speaks of warmth and nourishment. This is not a performance. It is a ritual. The father tears the loaf of bread, the crackle of the crust a small domestic thunder. He hands a piece to his son. The contentment in the room is a tangible thing. It's a contentment born not of abundance, but of sufficiency, of having enough, a warm place to sit, a light against the dark, a simple, nourishing meal to share. And this small, quiet scene is being repeated all over the city. A day without a to-do list. You step back from the glowing doorway into the cool darkness. The moon has begun to rise now, a bright silver crescent hanging in the inky sky. You find yourself back in the forum, now a vast, empty expanse of moonlit stone. You sit on the steps of a grand temple, the marble still holding a faint trace of the day's warmth. And here, in the deep, peaceful silence, you let the day replay itself in your mind. An afternoon with no phone, no notifications, no to-do list. What did you do? You did nothing. And yet, you did everything. You think of the sounds, the thoughtful click of a game piece, the echoing splash at the baths, the joyful laughter of children. These were the sounds of a day lived at a human pace. You think of the smells, baking bread, fresh herbs, savory soup. This was a world you could breathe in. You think of the connections, easy camaraderie, shared whispers, a family breaking bread. These were not connections made through text messages, but forged in shared spaces. This boring afternoon was not empty. It was filled with games, conversation, naps, and community. It was full. It was rich. It was deeply, wonderfully human. There was a rhythm to this day, a natural flow, a day built around the needs of the body, not the demands of a clock. And as you sit here, you realize something profound. That boring afternoon, the one you came here to find, It wasn't boring at all. And isn't that exactly what we long for today? In our own lives, filled with the constant pressure to be busy, don't we dream of a day like this? A day where boredom is not a problem to be solved, but an invitation to be embraced. The peace of this ancient, sleeping city is sinking deep into you now. The silence of the forum is becoming your own silence. Good night, Pompeii. You sit on the cool marble steps, bathed in the silver light of the moon. The entire city sleeps around you. The day is a distant, beautiful, faded dream. And into this great silence, a new sound is born. A single, high, clear note. Chirp. Then another answers. Soon a soft, shimmering chorus rises from the dark gardens. It is the sound of crickets, the earth's own lullaby, rhythmic, steady, ancient. Then another sound joins the chorus. From far away, a dog barks. Woof. It is not a sharp or alarming sound. It is muffled by distance, softened by the night air, serving only to emphasize the vastness of the silence. The dog barks again, a sleepy, half-hearted sound, and then falls silent. And now, only the crickets remain, singing their soft, hypnotic song to the moon. The journey is over. It is time to leave this place. But you do not need to stand up. You do not need to walk. Just let the image of the moonlit forum begin to soften in your mind. Let the edges blur. Let the cool stone beneath you dissolve. Let the silver light of the moon fade gently into a soft and comfortable darkness. The sound of the crickets begins to fade too. The cool night air on your skin is changing. It is becoming the familiar, comforting feeling of the air in your own room. The hard marble step is gone. In its place, you can now feel the incredible softness of your pillow beneath your head. The gentle weight you feel is the comforting pressure of your own blanket. The darkness is no longer the vast, starry sky of Pompeii. It is the deep, peaceful darkness behind your own closed eyes. You are home. You are here, in your own bed, safe, comfortable, and perfectly at peace. The story is over. The day is done. Good night to the worn stones of the road. Good night to the faded paintings on the walls. Good night to the sleeping children and their clay dolls. Good night to the families resting after their simple meals. Good night, Pompeii. The whole ancient city is sleeping now, drifting peacefully through the long, quiet night. And now, so can you. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to think about. Just the gentle, easy rhythm of your own breath, in and out. Just the feeling of your body, heavy and relaxed, sinking deeper and deeper into softness and warmth. Just the quiet. Sleep now. Good night and sweet dreams.